we started Impermanence not long after graduating, and we knew we wanted to be making our own work. We weren't quite sure how, and we knew we wanted to be working with lots of different people and people from different backgrounds and working in different disciplines. So we've basically been setting up experiments over the past 6 years for how we can collaborate and how people can come together to make work.
So when we set out on this process for making Sexbox, we didn't know exactly what would emerge. We wanted to find a way through a kind of chance procedure of setting up set tasks each day in the studio. So some days we might have 7 tasks over a day, to combine these elements and see in this experiment what would emerge. A new theme that came through doing that was a kind of quite a futuristic world. One of the main themes of the piece was the music of Ursula Bogner. She was a housewife in Germany and a pharmacist, but she was also making her own music in her back garden. She had like a little shed that she made into a studio. And from the 1960s onwards, she was making quite experimental electronic music and combining her own singing voice and lots of different kind of synthesized elements that created this really textural and vibrant music.
It's got this strange sort of sci-fi world, but it's also very charged, and it's got this kind of dark, rhythmic, electronic, sexual intensity about it. So the music was very exciting, and then finding out about her interest in Reich's radical ideas, it felt like within there that they held something of a subject which felt it could talk about what sex means to all of us, and give enough of a sense of a world and a landscape to look into that.
I think the piece has a resonance with what is going on in the world at the moment, because it does have an important look at liberation and how you can try to challenge forms of oppression, and this piece is looking at lots of different kinds of relationships and lots of different kinds of love and connection, and I think it's encouraging people to feel a bit more free about how they express themselves and express their love.
We decided to stage Sexbox in the round as a choreographic limitation to ourselves, so we've always tried to put the work in different places and see how we respond to that. So staging it in the round meant that we were having to think very differently about the image that we were creating with our bodies on the stage, in terms of having a 360 view of it.
We found that audiences have responded quite excitedly to the piece. Quite a few people have said it feels like how people imagined in the past the future might look like, which has been quite a funny take, but I think definitely we were trying to go for some form of futuristic world. And it also feels like audiences have enjoyed how we're kind of telling a story, Bogner and Reich's story, through the piece. It uses some of their voice and their kind of music and their research, and I think it feels like you're taken on a journey of discovery about these two people.